And it seems The Simpsons just can't wait for next season to deal with Donald Trump. The Simpsons released this video online tonight.
The most scary Simpsons predictions for 2024 that are insane. The Simpsons has been on the air for over 30 years, and one of the most talked about aspects of the show is how it seemingly predicts the future. From political events to technological advancements, The Simpsons has stunned fans with how eerily accurate some of its episodes have been. In today's video, we'll dive into some of the scariest predictions The Simpsons has made for 2024. Now, before we dive into the predictions for 2024, let's take a quick look back at some of the past predictions from The Simpsons that actually came true. The show is famous for its crazy ability to predict the future. One of the most talked about predictions was Donald Trump becoming president, which was featured in a 2000 episode. Back then it seemed like a joke, but in 2016 it turned into reality. Another example is smartwatches. In a 1995 episode, the show featured a character talking into a watch as if it was a phone. Fast forward today, and we've got Apple Watches and other tech that lets us make calls, check text, and do so much more right from our wrists. But it doesn't stop there. The Simpsons also predicted FaceTime, autocorrect, and even Lady Gaga's Super Bowl performance. The list goes on, and the more you dig into it, the crazier it gets. These past predictions make the show's 2024 forecast even more interesting. If they've been right so many times before, what should we expect next? Now, one of the scariest predictions The Simpsons has made for 2024 is the possibility of Donald Trump running and winning the U.S. presidential election again. In the world of The Simpsons, Trump has been a recurring character, and his first presidential run was actually predicted by the show way back in 2000. At the time, it seemed like just another wild joke in the show's long history of satire. But then 2016 happened, and Trump was elected president, leaving fans of the show amazed and a little freaked out. Now, the idea of Trump winning again in 2024 might seem far-fetched, but in the unpredictable world of politics, anything can happen. The Simpsons seems to have a way of tapping into future trends and events in a way that's both unsettling and fascinating. Could this prediction actually come true again? It's hard to say for sure, but given Trump's continued influence and the political landscape in the US, it's definitely something worth thinking about. Another big prediction from The Simpsons for 2024 is an AI, or artificial intelligence, takeover. In the show, robots and AI have taken center stage in several episodes, usually with hilarious but sometimes dark results. AI is already a part of our daily lives, from virtual assistants like Siri and Alexa to robots in factories. But what if AI goes further, replacing human jobs and taking over large parts of society? The Simpsons shows a future where robots might not just assist us, but could fully replace us in many industries. Imagine a world where robots do most of the work humans used to do, from driving cars to serving food in restaurants. Some people see this as a good thing, making life easier, but others are worried about what it could mean for jobs and society as a whole. While AI can improve efficiency and help us solve complex problems, there's also the fear of losing control. If AI becomes too powerful, it could turn against us, as some sci-fi movies suggest. The Simpsons plays with this idea in a way that's funny, but also a bit unsettling. Now, here's a prediction that is truly terrifying. The Simpsons suggests that World War III could break out in 2024. In one episode, they portray a chaotic global conflict with nations fighting and the world thrown into turmoil. While the show plays it for laughs, the idea of a new world war is something many people fear could happen, especially with rising tensions in global politics. Throughout history, we've seen how small conflicts can escalate into larger ones, and in today's world, there are plenty of hot spots where this could happen. Whether it's due to political disagreements, trade wars, or something else entirely, the possibility of a large-scale conflict is always looming in the background. And while we hope it never happens, The Simpsons has a way of predicting things that seem unlikely at first, but then happen down the line. Of course, predicting World War III is no joke. It's a scary thought, and it's something we all hope stays far away from reality. But, as with many things in The Simpsons, the prediction comes with a dose of humor to make it a little more digestible. The idea of humans colonizing Mars isn't new, but The Simpsons predicts that it might happen as soon as 2024. With private companies like SpaceX pushing the boundaries of space travel, it doesn't seem entirely impossible. In fact, there are already plans to send humans to Mars within the next decade, so this prediction could be closer to reality than we think. In the show, Mars colonization is portrayed in a fun and adventurous way, with people living in futuristic houses and dealing with the challenges of life on a different planet. But in real life, colonizing Mars would be a massive scientific and logistical challenge. From creating habitats that can sustain human life to dealing with a harsh environment, it's a huge task that would require global cooperation and innovation. In another dark prediction, The Simpsons foresees a massive economic collapse in 2024. The show has touched on financial crises in the past, and with the ups and downs of global markets, it's not hard to imagine that this prediction could come true. The Simpsons portray this collapse as a chaotic event where the economy crashes and people are left scrambling to survive. While this might seem like an exaggeration, history has shown us that financial crises can happen quickly and have devastating effects. Just think back to the 2008 financial crash, where millions of people lost jobs, homes, and savings almost overnight. The current global economy is more interconnected than ever, which means that a financial disaster in one country could quickly spread to others. Whether it's due to a stock market crash, rising debt, or something else entirely. The Simpsons' prediction of an economic collapse is definitely something to keep an eye on. Now for a more fun prediction. The Simpsons suggests that in 2024, people might be eating virtual reality food. In one episode, they show characters enjoying meals that aren't actually real, but are experienced through virtual reality. Now, this might sound like pure science fiction, but with the rapid development of VR technology, it's not as crazy as it seems. Imagine putting on a VR headset and experiencing the taste, smell, and texture of your favorite food without actually eating it. While it might sound strange, this kind of technology could be useful in many ways. For example, it could help people control their diets by allowing them to enjoy the experience of eating without the calories. It could also provide food experiences for people in places where certain foods aren't available. Of course, nothing beats the real thing, and it's hard to imagine a world where people would prefer virtual food over a real meal. But with how fast technology is advancing, who knows? The Simpsons might be onto something, and in a few years we could all be trying out virtual food for ourselves. Could 2024 be the year the US finally elects its first female president? According to The Simpsons, it's a strong possibility. In the show, Lisa Simpson becomes president in a future episode, symbolizing a big change in American politics. The idea of a female president has been a topic of conversation for years, and with more women running for office than ever before, it feels like only a matter of time before it happens. While the US hasn't had a female president yet, many countries around the world have already elected women to their highest offices, so it's not far-fetched to think it could happen soon. A female president could bring a new perspective to the country's leadership and inspire a new generation of young women to pursue careers in politics. The Simpsons have always been ahead of the curve when it comes to social change, so this prediction feels like one that could definitely come true. So which prediction do you think's the most likely to happen? Let us know in the comments section. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fun videos.